Student Omni access has been delayed until January of 2024. AirTrain Omni installation began on September 27th, and as of October 10th, Omni has officially been activated on the service. Glad to see they accomplished it before late November. Nice work. AirTrain JFK will increase fares from $8.25 to $8.50 on March 3rd, 2024. Come on, this is another fare hike. Back when I got introduced to the service back in November 2019, my first time riding it, November 25th, 2019, it was already $7.75, which was a fare hike of what it used to be. Good grief, AirTrain with the fare hikes. This is why we should have subway service to airports rather than this darn AirTrain. Y'all competing with MuniPals for inflation rates. The MTA intends to phase out the Metro card by May of 2025. Several stations have received renovations or improvements. Atlantic Avenue on the L was renovated as of September 13th. 145th Street, Morris Park, Hunters Point Avenue, Junction Boulevard, 46th Street, 7th Avenue, Avenue J, Whitehall Street, Aqueduct Racetrack, and Schermerhorn, Baychester Avenue, and A Street, NYU also received this treatment. This is part of a program called Renovation. Corny as heck. Over 50 stations have received this treatment. 7 more stations are expected to be completed before year's end. 191st Street, Pelham Parkway, Wall Street, Howard Beach JFK, Ditmas Avenue, Beverly Road, and Court Street. That is, if these stations haven't received them already. I think Park Chester and Westchester will receive this treatment also. The rate of fixation is usually 1 station a week, so these should be knocked out in no time. Seems like the R is getting a lot of love out of this plan. Credit to Orion 7's Forever and R143-8301. Thanks in part to the accessible stations listed in September's subway update, the MTA now has over 100 accessible stations, and they're not afraid to make it known in their announcements. They also made New Dorp, East 149th Street on the 6th, Hoyt Street on the 2 and 3, and Flushing Avenue on the J, M, and Z, as well as 7th Avenue on the F and G, accessible since my last update. This is part of the plan listed here. Accessibility projects on the west side with NaviLens and Magnus cards are also taking place. Floor decals for boarding areas and tactile braille maps on 11 subway stations on the west side and along the M66 were installed as of November 8th. There is also a transit app which tracks how many rats are at stations. Grant Avenue was reported to have the most as of October 25th, followed by 53rd Street. Credit to NBC for that one. Several stations have received new staircases, such as the 14th Street and 6th Avenue station in late July, World Trade Center station on September 10th at the location of Greenwich and Vesey, Hudson Yards on October 12th to the lead of a mall upstairs, and the Main Street station on October 15th and November 2nd. Credit to Brian Sylvian and True LaGuardia Former for that. The MTA also intends to install safety barriers on the middle of platforms as of the week of October 22nd, such as the one at Bedford Avenue on the L, 57th on the M, and Crescent Street on the J. Platform screen doors are still on standby for Times Square on the 7, 3rd Avenue on the L, and Sutphin Boulevard on the E, J, and Z. The MTA is still moving forward with this $100 million plan as of June 5th. The MTA is investigating platform screen door feasibility at 128 stations. It can cost up to $7 billion to do this, not including maintenance costs. I believe it's worth it. Cameras and detection devices can also help, as well as the presence of blue light on the end of stations. As far as CBTC goes, signs began appearing at Fulton Street as of October 4th. Culver CBTC, which will go up to West 8th Street, is delayed until 2024 due to measurement errors. 6th Avenue CBTC will receive a bidder in late 2023 and should be done around 2028 to 30. The local tracks will get it first, and the B&D will be ready for CBTC to kick in by 2027. The G will be the third line to receive CBTC in the Crosstown project. It is receiving work as we speak, and is also slated to occur in 2027. The routes always receive text before the line goes full CBTC. Credit to MTA Train Production, Surplus Man, and Brian for that info. On August 29th, there was a water main break at 96th Street. On September 29th, a severe storm hit New York, which caused several forced reroutes, such as the E, F, N, and Q on Central Park West, several routes to be suspended, yard flooding in some instances, and tunnels to be inundated with water, which in some cases caused power loss. The 53rd Street Tunnel experienced this, which is why Queens routes had to be diverted to Central Park West and the Bronx on that day. People covered the 20-year needs assessment already, but I do want to make an analysis of it eventually. It just can't fit in this video, that's why I didn't do it now. Due to the epidemic of surfing, announcements and PSAs have been added as of September 6th to accompany ads advising against the dangerous practice earlier in the summer. 2 out of 5 Van Hool electric coach buses were reportedly spotted by an Ulmer Park operator on November 6th. This 5-bus test order of Van Hool electric coaches was confirmed on July 6th, along with an additional order of 250 Prevosts for MTA bus to retire the remaining MCIs there, with an option order of 131 units. As of October 22nd, the roach infestation has returned to Kingsbridge, Gun Hill, Manhattanville, and JFK depots, with instances at Quill, Hale, and other depots. Several 2012 XD60s were sent to Zariga this fall. Meanwhile, 2 of Zariga's training next-gens, 4440 and 4461, were both sent to Eastchester Scrap on October 8th and November 4th respectively. 3972 is still at the JFK vendor. Kingsbridge received 6095 and 6220 as loans from Hale on October 30th. 2012 LFSA 5308 ran on the BX3 on October 27th, another rare occurrence. They used 9599 on the BX3 on November 13th, and used 9815 and 9880 as loans. They swapped 5308-09 to Tuskegee in exchange for 5825-91 and 5904. During the week of November 26, they got 4672, 7572, 9419, 34, 9606, 07, 09, 9830, 65, and 9905, 10 loans. As of November 27th, they have used the next gen again, and as of November 28th, they have officially used all of Manhattanville's current XD40s, with 7572 on the BX18B accomplishing this feat. They also loaned 9646 and 9836 to Manhattanville. As for Gun Hill, they ran 5537 on the BX30 on August 21st. Credit to no one's lucky for the picture. They also got 5446, 48, 53, and 5458 from Hale as loans. West Farms briefly received 6162 and 6209 on December 2nd. Out of Hale, 5444 to 45, 47, 51, 53 to 54, 59, 61, and 66 to 67 now have bike racks, increasing the confirmed total of racked LFSAs there to 13, listed here. They also received 9780 as a loan, and 9878 on November 16th. They used 8 loans, 4 XTEs and 4 HEVs as loans during the week of 11/19. They used 5 next gens, 1 XT40, 2 XGE40s, 4 LFS HEVs, 1 Select Bus Service LFSA, and 6 white LFSAs as loans during the week of November 26th. Quill received 5265, 6041, 9455, 9593, 9784, 9876, and 9891 as loans between my last update and now. They also got 5341, 5445, 49, 59, 26, 46, and 55 in the latter 2 weeks of November. During the week of November 26th, they splurged and got 46, 68, 70, 75 to 76, 81, 91, 97, 76, 79, and 98, 62, 6 next gens and 3 HEVs as loans. These loans might be due to the fact that Manhattan Division is plagued with out-of-service buses and buses infested with roaches. They will be getting the M66 back from Manhattanville next month. XE40 4965 was sent to Zariga as of November 3rd. That bus had quite a few issues so far, with the new one being the glitch sign on the M8 on October 27th, and having to go out of service from October 19th to October 23rd. It was also towed from the JFK vendor on November 28th and sent right back on November 30th. Better to notice these issues now than later. 4966 entered service on October 26th on the M55 and mostly dominates that route now, with occasional appearances with 4965. This allows 4965 to run on other routes more often. It also ventured off to Queens on October 31st and was sent to Zariga on November 30th. I am no longer covering Tuskegee loans, except for the fact that 5600 was there. On to the Queens section. Jamaica finally sent 8421 to Eastchester Scrap on November 2nd after using it for parts. 7507 and 7548 seem to not be getting repaired at the moment. Casey Stengel received 8946 on November 1st, making it the first time they've received a Conehead since September 19th. There was a massive gap between 8949 and 8946's delivery. Their last Conehead 8914 was delivered on November 10th and entered service on the same day, on the Q28, with no stickers and signage that didn't work. They now have all 92 units, completing their allotment once and for all. As of May 31st, the Coneheads at Stingle outnumber the XD40s, making them the majority fleet there, as they outnumber every individual fleet. They got 80-29, 31, 47, 63-64, 70, 87, 84-15, 86-40, 60, 87-83, 90, and 88-07 as loans from Queens Village in Jamaica. They gave 73-66 to 69, 73-70, and 74-36 to Grant, some as loans and some as transfers. This makes it even harder for them to retire their next gens, but perhaps they'll be retired when the XE40 order arrives. Livingston Street was converted to a bus lane on November 14th, benefiting routes like the B41 and others. Grand got 73-66 to 73-69 from Stingle and 71-73, 73-05, and 73-48 from various depots. Some of these buses have returned. Their stolen XD40 count is currently at 15 units. At Yukon, 85-73, 75-77, 79-81, 85-87, 89-90, 92-94, 96-98, 8600-01, 03, 07, and 09, 22 units all have bike racks. 85-94 and 86-09 were the first ones to get them, as of May 19th and June 12th respectively. The bulk of the fleet began receiving them in late October as part of the program listed in bus developments at the 543 to 610 mark, which involves converting the M60, Q44, and S79 to bike rack duty. Regarding express buses, 1594 was briefly loaned to Castleton and 1624 to Yukon. 2251 was given back to Queens Village from Charleston. 2481 was the first 2012 Prevost to retire as of November 22nd after its accident on July 6th. 2422 was the second 2012 Prevost to retire as of November 22nd, being used as a parts bus at Yukon. 3266 at Yonkers was retired. Baisley Park received 2023 LFSs 89, 72, 77, 92, and 95, increasing their total to 28 Coneheads. They gave 4174, 85, 4385, and 4395 to JFK, reducing their total to 19 next gens. On October 25th, there were more LFSs at the depot than there were next gens. On November 3rd, there were more LFSs in service than there were next gens in service. 8964 was out of service from October 2nd due to HVAC repairs. It briefly returned to service on November 20th and is now at Nova's New Jersey plant yet again. They loaned 3995, 8977, 9002, and 09 to JFK during the week of November 26th. Eastchester sent 9355 to Zuriga on November 1st after several days of service, then put it back into service the next day. 9361 was seen being on the way as of November 20th. They also received 9356 to 59, 4 more units, and now have 5 XD40s in total. They briefly used XM40 678 to train on November 25th. They received 1458 as a brief loan from Yonkers. JFK received 90, 10, 12, 19, 31, 38, 40, 44, and 49, increasing their total to 20 Coneheads. 9025 also wore Far Rockaway stickers. They kept 3667 and 4401 alive, used 3888 as a swing, but retired 3502, 3510 to 11, 21, 23, 37, 3614, 21, 33 to 34, 37, 43 to 44, 50, 53 to 54, 63, 65, 91, 94, and 3702. 3702 is at Zuriga, 3506 is the last Horizon signed old gen in service, 3600, which retired a while back, is at Mitchell Field as of November 27th, likely for parts. 3677 always gets into bad situations, like its fire on April 5th and colliding with 3637 on October 28th. Nevertheless, it still lives. Their old gen total is now 49 units. 3506 is now the oldest unit there. They are retiring very quickly. Their next gen total is now 129 units. As a new breakdown for the 173 LFS order, LaGuardia is slated to receive 83 units, while JFK receives up to 90 units. But 26 of these units are unconfirmed. It is believed that these will also go to JFK. As for the XT40 order breakdown, JFK will get 25 units rather than 42, and LaGuardia will get 57 units rather than 40. Eastchester's allotment remains constant, so Eastchester is slated to have 34 XD40s, Baisley Park is slated to have 46 Coneheads, JFK is slated to have 153 to 179 LFSs, 89 from the 135 order, and 64 to 90 from the 173 order, and 25 XD40s, with 178 to 204 new standards in total, and LaGuardia is slated to have 83 Coneheads and 57 XD40s, for 140 new buses in total, giving them a light fleet expansion. They will receive their new buses in 2024. So either this plan is correct or the plan which I listed in August MTA bus update is correct. We will have to wait and see what happens with the 173 LFSs and with the 116 XD40s, which make up the 289 diesel order. Credit to Just Pro Know, XD4NN, and the forums for that info. The Conehead order for New York City Transit is now complete, with 8914 being the last unit to arrive and enter service, doing so on November 10th. Queens Village has 57 units, Jamaica has 60, and Casey Stengel has 92. It took a year and a half to deliver 209 buses. If the 2019 LFS order came in like this, there's no telling how long we could have kept the first gens and second gens. And if the Conehead order came in like the 2019 LFSs did, all the next gens at Queens Village and Casey Stengel would have likely been gone by the fall of 2022. As for MTA Bus, they currently have 48 Coneheads in service. Out of 825 units, only 51 old gens remain in service. Out of 852 units, there are only 351 next gens left in total. 284 next gens are left at MTA Bus. 67 next gens are left at Mabistoa, and 60 XC40s are needed to replace them, 2 of which are already in service. It is possible some next gen units will drop out along the way. Nova is cooking with the Conehead delivery, allowing for the transfer of several next gens and retirement of several old gens, a well-needed relief for JFK. 48 MTA Bus Coneheads are on property. There have been virtually no Conehead delivery since the week of November 12th, approximately for the last 3 weeks. 62 MTA Bus Company XD40s have been confirmed to be built as of October 29th, with one of these units, 9361, arriving on November 20th. As of December 2nd, this number is now 109 units, with 5 XD40s now being on property and 1 on the way, 9361. At B-Line, XC40 146 made trips on routes 8, 30, and 32 on October 17th. This is considered rare, as those are Yonkers garage routes rather than their typically assigned Valhalla routes. It also ran on the 6, 60, 62, and 63, but I am unaware if those are considered rare. Route 66 first used an XC35 on June 27th, with 141 being the first unit to do so. One of their retired Orion 5, 687, was spotted in DC on September 5th, while another was spotted on Staten Island on September 21st. On December 3rd, we got the pleasant announcement that a B-Line XDE40 in the 2023-2024 series, 504, has been delivered to B-Line. This came as an absolute surprise for us, because many of us thought that the XD40 count was done at 503. Apparently, there was an order which a lot of us had forgotten about, numbered from 504 to 589, which will apparently replace many of the knobby hybrids that are at B-Line. Very exciting news, and I hope to cover it more in the future. B-Line will be free yet again from December 16th to January 1st. CT Transit's first Excelsior AV, 2203, has been built as of October 11th. At NICE, 1839 is in training duty again, and 1835 was retired. There are 9 2010-11 next gens in service, and 2 trainers. XC40 2080 began training as of October 12th. It's since been doing a lot of testing on the N78 and 79 in October and November. It was spotted on the N24 on the tracker by Zach Transit on November 20th. It is unknown if it was in service or not. It entered service on November 24th on the N4X and N43, and ran on the N16 on November 30th to December 1st. XN40 1885 returned from its accident after being out of service from September 5th to the 26th. 2016 returned from its accident on June 13th. 2075 got into an accident on November 7th. XN60 1969 ran on the N43 on March 29th, making it the first XN60 to run on a route besides the N4, N6, and N88. On January 7, 2024, the N72 will be eliminated and replaced by the N70 as a result of the winter pit. Their preserved fishbowl 117, no, not that one, get it off, was given a heritage paint job as of August 31st. As far as Excelsior fires go, a Lynx XN60 caught fire on September 6th, credit to Second Alarm Media. 2 Rochester XE40s caught fire on August 6th. The bus grounded their electric Gilligs on November 2nd due to battery charger issues. As for good news regarding Excelsiors, CT Transit's XE40s returned to service on July 31, 2023, following being sidelined for over a year due to one of the units catching fire. At RYOC, ex-MTA Orion 7 NextGen number 7 was retired as of October 6. Only NextGens 5 and 6 remain, with 5 rumored to be retired also as of September 14 due to being inactive. As I was recently informed by NJT, 4519 and 4210 did not make it to the 40th anniversary. Nevertheless, it was still a wonderful event, with employees being honored afterwards. 4210 began getting repainted on August 15th and was unveiled on October 7th in the Erie Lackawanna scheme. 4640 got its heritage paint on August 29th, entered service on September 13th, and showed up to the October 1st event, which I did see. 4503 began to be wrapped as of November 15th and entered service on November 20th. The agency won the Academy Award on August 15th. As of May 25, 2023, New Jersey Transit is looking at massive deficits by 2026 to 27, at least $957 million in the hole. Their contract with Transdev ended on November 10th. They took over the 800 series routes on October 1st and now have Transdev's Neptune garage in their arsenal. Due to several routes and services being taken over by New Jersey Transit, a lot of Nobbies and MCIs have been shifting around between various garages. One example being 6505, 12, 25, and 45, going from Coach USA's Elizabeth Garage to Fairview Garage, and the ex-DCamp MCIs going to Egg Harbor, which pushed 18,000 series MCIs to northern garages. They ended their 153-year service life on April 7th, using temporary 191, 192, 195, and 199D routes for the New Jersey Transit takeover of DCamp until early September, when they officially became the 101, 102, 105, and 109. 101 and 102 were transferred from Oradell to Wayne Garage on October 30th. New Jersey Transit's last 2022 MCI D4500 CT, 22,118, was delivered on January 19, 2023, and entered service on January 30, 2023 on Route 166, completing the 2022 D4500 CT order, as well as the 7-year contract that New Jersey Transit had with MCI. I believe it is assigned to Fairview Garage. I covered it in October's Other Systems update, but I wanted to give a bit more info about it here. Fun fact, 22,089 to 22,118 were initially supposed to go to Academy, but instead were diverted to New Jersey Transit. 7726, 7840, and 8979 were retired as of July 21st. 7586, 7712, 1829, 81, 7853, 7881, and 7926 were also retired as well. The remaining 18 or so flip dots in New Jersey Transit, 7412, 7605, 68, 90, 95 to 96, 7703, 05, 27, 38, 50, 55, 7823, 59, 7866, 8033, 8270, and 8289 were the last ones, retired on November 16, 2023. The last unit to run was 7866 on November 8th on either Route 166 or 168. As of November 16th, they were transferred from Oradell Garage to North Bergen Lot for scrapping. End of a 22-year era. These were the last flip dots in the New York City metro area. I believe they were replaced by 2018 MCIs from the South or ex-Academy 2021 MCIs. Credit to NJT and Sid the Someone for the info. XD60 20909 returned from its accident as of June 20th. Similar case to XD6350 at B-Line. They began to feature contactless payment as of October 14th. New fare gates were assigned to New Jersey Transit routes as of October 28th. Credit to Sid the Someone as well as Sylvian. As of November 8th, New Jersey Transit will also be procuring 200 articulated buses with an option of 750 additional 40-footers and 550 articulated buses. On April 3, 2023, the 550 clean diesel bus order was awarded to New Flyer, as I initially suspected. Therefore, 550 XD40s will be arriving in the future to replace many of the Nobbies there. Now, as I said in October's Other Systems update, 200 Nobby units are being rebuilt. 6327 and 6344 already received rebuilds, and some others may have also been rebuilt as well. However, other Nobbies will not be so lucky. 5214 was already retired on October 29th. 5221 and 5236 are also retired as of November 29th. They wrapped a couple of their Nobbies. 5754 was wrapped with an educational wrap, while 6379 was given a heritage wrap on October 2nd, debuting on November 15th. XE40 22907 was delivered as of November 10th, running on Route 455. 22906 has been delivered as of November 30th. Beeline XE40s 145 to 146 were at Newton Garage from May 19th to September 19th, exactly 4 months, probably for training and experience. SEPTA had a series of accidents in the summer, with Unit 113 getting involved in an accident on August 11th. That was the straw that broke the camel's back, causing the FTA and National Transit Safety Board to get involved. Before that, in the early days of August, 8453, 55, 8514, and many others had also gotten involved in accidents, many of them being very serious. Overall, they racked up at least 7 accidents in 4 days. They had a strike on November 1st. They plan to discontinue token use by January 1st, 2024. With Proterra filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy as of August 7th, their sideline BE40s may be a wasted investment. They are currently receiving XDE40s and are slated to get XHE40s in the near future. For Suffolk County, their redesign took place on October 29th, and routes 10B and 10C are slated to discontinue on December 31st. MTA Maryland is also in the running for electric buses, as shown here, 23,000 series. They will also be receiving 2024 LFSs. As of August 15th, Port Authority received new articulated buses, numbers 763, 765, 767, 771, and 773, many of which come from other agencies like MTA Maryland and King County. At TTC, LFS HEV 7000 to 7133 and XD40s 7200 to 7333 are being delivered, as well as XDE 60s 9400 to 9467. Lucky also, sadly, as you are all aware, Line 3 had a major derailment on July 24th and was discontinued on August 24th after 38 years of service. Gone too soon. The 6-stop line was supposed to end on November 18th, but the derailment accelerated the process. As of September 3rd, express bus service has replaced the shuttle service, which replaced this line. You cannot replace a train with buses, man. Just look at shuttle services. On October 24th, Montreal Metro's Orange Line lost power for 2 hours due to a power failure, causing people to walk on the tunnel. Early in the year, MBTA placed their XDE 60s in service from 1301 to 1344, retiring their dual-mode Neoplan AN460LFs between February and September 2023. I believe that these were among the last Neoplan Arctics on the East Coast or in the country. The last one to run was 1120 on September 16, 2023 on the Fitchburg line. If this happened to be a glitch, however, then 1132 was actually the last one to retire, doing so on Route SL2 on July 1st. The remaining AN440LFs were also retired, with 531 being the last unit to run, doing so on Route 28 on April 4, 2023. End of an era. Rest in peace, Neoplans, 2001 to 2023. You earned my attention in 2020, and you have now earned a well-lasting place in my memory as well as the memories of others. As of October 15th, MBTA has a pending order of 80 New Flyer XE40s with an option order of 415 to kill off their pre-2011 fleet and make their fleet 100% Excelsior. Credit to Brian Mercier 1022 for this information. Here are some more occurrences which happened this year. PATH performed track replacement during weekends in early August. It was completely suspended on August 13th. No trains ran between Harrison and Journal Square due to track replacement between November 18th and 19th, and therefore Metro cars were cross-honored on New Jersey Transit. They are installing a contactless payment system as of November 12th using a system similar to Omni. This program is called TAP. It is launching on December 5th at 10 a.m. with the pilot program beginning at Journal Square and 33rd Street. WMATA announced that they want their new 8000 series trains to have open gangways, inspired by a tour they did of the R211T on April 19th. They installed higher fare gates to combat fare beating as of August 22nd, which makes sense as the ones they have before, shown here from my July 15th picture, were very low. You can't have nice things anymore. New digital signage was installed at their Union Station as of November 9th. They wrapped the 6000 series consist in early November. They auctioned off 26 buses as of September 8th, mostly remaining Orion 7 CNGs and Nobbies. Their first New Flyer XC60 1061 was delivered on August 8th. 1061 and 1062 entered service on November 13th according to the WMATA, although according to the picture they showed, they might have entered service on November 6th or before, marking a historic first for the agency. As of September 11th, the legacy fleet at BART was removed from regular service, being relegated to emergency or extra supplemental service, being replaced by the fleet of the future. The old fleet is expected to be fully retired by 2025. Academy is taking over various agencies. They bought out James River Transit as of September 27th and took over Amtrak Thruway bus service as of November 13th. We cannot forget about Dash. Dash is very important to me. At Dash, XD4703 has a Hanover full-color destination display. They also have future units on order, 2024 to 2025, New Flyer XE60s, 905 and 906 to expand their articulated fleet. 13 units expected in 2025 that will replace their King Street Trolley Gillig units. Oh man, rest in peace. I'm just reading this for the first time, so I'm reacting to it at the same time you are. 10 electric buses in 2026 to replace the 2011 Gilligs, these will be 40 foots, as well as 8 diesel buses in 2026, likely to be Dash's last clean diesel bus order, to replace 8 2015 Gillig low-floor hybrids. So darn, I feel for those Gilligs, they're about to suffer. As for the old fleets, 96 and 101 to 102, Orion 5s and Gilligs, have now been relegated to ready reserve for service, which means that they're not expected to run regular service, just like BART's old fleet. They're expected to be used during emergencies only. According to Dodge 15, Dash received 2023 New Flyer XD4706 in late October. XD4706 to 715 are currently arriving at Dash. They received XD4706 in late October and are slated to receive 707 to 715 through November, if they haven't received these already. However, they're not tracking on Traincy, so I don't think they have. The exception being Unit 710, which already entered service. These buses were enough to push the Dash Orion 5s and Dash Gilligs into the reserve fleet. Credit to Brian Mercy, 1022, Fan the Rails BC, Subways IO, Believer Edwards, Transit Productions, New York City Subway Guy, 42nd, Patchy, Sylveon, NJT, Track Work, Dark Meta Knight NYC, Finley, MT Train Productions, Surplus Man, and many others that may have been listed earlier in the video or may not have been listed, for much of the information and some of the photos touched upon in this video. Also credit to the bus drivers and train operators from which some of the train and bus pictures came from. And if anyone else was not credited in this update, please let me know. And credit goes out to you as well, because you definitely contributed to this video. Also credit to the agencies and the music as well. Thank you for tuning in to the first joint update since 2022. This one was very difficult to make because I am merging subway, fleet status, and other systems into one once again. However, I appreciate you being with me as I endeavor to do this process. Please subscribe, stay blessed, stay healthy, stay hype, and thank you for riding with Next Stop News. Thank you all for tuning in. Peace out.